Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Right.
And here's the thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas are taking more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one I don't know.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Fellas,
Yeah.
welcome
Yeah.
to the therapy session. All In, All United. Definitely not the start that we would have wanted on our return to the UEFA Champions League. But then again, it's not like we could say that we didn't see this result coming. Right? I mean, match day 1, and we had a play away at the Allianz Arena with our far from impressive away form. And then on top of that, right, our injury situation. And I can't make excuses, right? I don't care, right? We're missing 3/4 of our defense, right? Varane, Bissaka, and Shaw. So we defense done cripple. No, well, okay, fair. But then midfield options, Mount, Amrabat, Kobe, and an attack. No, I think we're missing Mount, eh?
Nah.
But let me finish. And an attack, no Anthony and no Sancho. Right? Now let me be real. The circumstances far from ideal for us because we're talking about a Bayern team that were full strength. But then again, right? The game of football, Champions League nights, I always think these moments are where players had to step up and stake the claim, right? And for us, unfortunately, that ain't happening. That's not happening. And for me, therein is where, the issues for us lie. Because Champions League night, when I was watching is yesterday, I was watching Newcastle first game in the Champions League and is Murphy's his name or something by? And Murphy stand up there during the Champions League anthem, and you're seeing how he just, taking this thing in and you're seeing what it mean for him. Murphy's not a big player.
Yeah, but
I ain't talking about what they're playing. I'm just talking about the whole desire to at least say something and do something because you gain an opportunity now.
It's a big moment.
Because we will get, because we will get into it, but it have a clip circulating about a particular G.I. Joe on we team, right? And you jogging, and you only come on 5 minutes before that, and you jogging. They were getting at now, boy. You gain an opportunity because we just say the likes of Mount, Amrabat, Meno was the. Your name wasn't jumping up in anything, but you have an opportunity to stake your claim here. And you jogging about the place.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So that's all that's what I'm trying to get at now, boy, Yeah. Right? Let me show me something. Show me something at least. We know on the IQ front, yeah, nothing. But show me something now, boy. And that's all I saying. Anyway, that was my initial rant. What I saying.
Okay.
What we say? Chef in your best stop.
I can't send it back to the store, so I'm gonna. To be honest, I know the cutoffs was booked, but I wanted to still see what we would do, how we would react. And to be quite honest, at least, we grabbing at straws here, but at least men didn't, this is not one of them, that men drop the head and give up. Because Jed, Bayern Munich could easily at home put 7 on you. So, we didn't give up. And we put up some fight. It's as good as we could get. And some little
But
comments
is
on
it me
individual
alone?
players. I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But JP, is it me alone, or did the scoreline misrepresent the game? Because I think and this make us being a little emotional, eh? They may probably tomorrow I go say answer
I
going,
ain't taking that.
think whatever, right? But did that scoreline make we feel that was a close game or something? Because that wasn't, as far as I'm concerned. We got school. Go through, JP.
GP na here anyhow.
Good, JP.
JP, yeah.
Based on the second half, we get away.
Exactly. You know, I feel like watching that game. I feel like like when you get like your parents catch you doing something wrong, and before they catch you, you want to hurt yourself. Like you want to make sure that let them know that you. I feel like we try to hurt yourself before, but you like how we go let that goal score like before they can get really beat us, we beat ourselves. And that's the hard part. It's like before they can really, do anything, we say, you know what? Don't worry. Before he gets started, we got this. For Nana, I just feel like, yeah, they were better, but like, why we find new ways to lose? How we find
It's harder.
every week we get harder. Like, why don't Nana like? That's one person we have that we going to have. We ain't gonna drop Onana or sell him. He's gonna be there. Like, I mean, for those that mistake he made, like you just gotta throw your hands up. Like, what do we have? And it's just like we keep finding new ways. And plus we're not fixing our old mistakes. We still got to pick up nobody running. Like, as soon as somebody moves, like we miss them. Like, men just teleporting through our defense, like, it's nothing, And next thing you know, they pop up in the penalty area, scoring goals, and nobody know where they come from. So we still have that problem. So it's like the game, the score line look better. We saw a few good things, but again, we played good for the first 20 minutes. Again, we give up a goal, a simple goal, and again we lose. So it's nice to score some goals. That's the only good point about it.
Yeah.
On top of all that too, we still have to remember it's like so much things are against us at this point in time in the club, where the chance for Pellistri early on in the first half, where Alfonso Davies clearly take out Pellistri before he get the ball. I don't know if you saw that too, but when I look at the replay over and over, he take out Pellistri first before the ball, and that wasn't given a penalty. Then we had the unfortunate error with Onana. I don't know, like, De Gea blind pass onto him because that was a De Gea error. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
Mistakes that De
No,
Gea.
the gear gone, man. The gear going. The gear
No,
became
but it was very similar to what De Gea do. And then we
Yeah.
add into that now the penalty that was called against us. Compare that to the handball to Sergio Romero for this first game. And which one out of the two you think would have get called as a penalty? The one for this first game, not the one against Ericsson. So it's like when things are against you, it's against you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because, like, VAR and the rules supposed to be universal, but it look like it is very per league, because you can't tell me that certain calls that are blatant and happening in the league, or not, they're not calling in the Premiership, but in the Champions League, is a stonewall penalty
Yeah.
or this or that. I don't know. It's the consistency that just killing us right now, and we, as Ten Hag say, we not getting the rubber green, and we have to make our own luck. And then when the players not making their own luck, we finding ourselves in these kind of situations.
Yes.
Guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast, right? We want to get more people in on the therapy session. And before we move on, let me just get some more of the comments that's on the inside here. So, Jody on the inside, good night to you, man. Blessed night. So, Ole really believe Ole was beaten Bayern.
Oh,
Jody, boy. He's saying the only good thing about this game was Marcel. I ain't taking that gas up now, but he was good. He come on and how he looked bright.
look better. It look
Right?
Nobody
Aaron Charles,
a decent cameo. Nobody can find that.
yeah. Aaron on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He said Marcel played good because the team already won the game and wasn't putting any effort to stop him.
I don't buy
Can't
that.
get that. Nah, can't get that. I can't get that. Right?
Dan, you are my surname and talking about a dotation since already night.
He's saying the game was far worse than the result. Yeah, and I agree with it. I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right.
But I could also counter that by saying if we had put our chances in the first half an hour of the game, then the game could have been a different thing, eh?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Jody saying Jody watching cricket.
I have it on there too.
Well, yes.
Yeah, out already, Judy, but jeez.
Yeah, Aaron saying here United played crap. Bayern were toying with them. If Bayern decided to play how they usually play, we would have gotten 8. Yeah, I mean the amount of times Bayern hit the post, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, just like how we miss chances, Bayern miss chances, and sometimes we could pay for it. So I hear what you're saying, but that's just how the game does go sometimes. And you wouldn't believe, with all the domination and all the chances Bayern created, we could have lived there with a point if we were a little more careful and less careless,
Yeah.
All you realize, them last few minutes, Bayern started panicking, eh?
Yeah. Oh God, but we just self-destruct, boy.
Yep.
Kid on the inside, good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying didn't see the game, but 3 goals in Munich. The team showed a fighting spirit. Watch the game. Watch the game and you're talking, friend.
But they did. Because nobody don't hand you 3 goals in Germany then.
I hear you, chef, but that fighting spirit talk, save me with that now. We get 3 goals, alright. Alright. Don't tell me no fighting spirit.
I want to see how if it translate to this weekend now.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, after this, the next thing is the next game, Aaron, I find Aaron come with a real heavy vibes, boy, but vent. He's saying Rashford needs to be on the bench. Bruno is not a leader. No leader on the pitch.
I don't agree with
JP, you want to say something?
I don't agree with anything you said. Because I don't see what Rashford do today to justify this statement. And I find we get back to that place where we're trying to go down too hard on Rashford.
Scapegoats.
And get easy from that. And Bruno, I can't see how Bruno wasn't a leader today on the pitch. He wasn't ranting and raving. He was trying to do what he was supposed to do.
What more men want from Bruno, boy?
I don't know what his comment is about today. I ain't getting where you're coming from at all with this.
I mean, I think what Rashford is like, he is the poster child. So anything he does wrong, like if he any emotion he show, like all that kind of throwing his hands up and acting all that stuff is magnified. But Rashford is our best player. If you watch the game and you watch him play, he's our best player. Doesn't make the best players all the time, but he's clearly our best player. I found like when you move him, when he got moved to the right, and Marshall came in, and Garnacho on the left, something clicked.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the fact that Rashford and Marshall have a they know each other, or the fact that Rashford I don't think he could shoot as well from the right side, but he could pass the ball very well.
Yep.
From the right side. he forgets sometimes that he can pass the ball. Sometimes he can go pass it, like he's supposed to. But he can really pass the ball from the right hand side, and you saw him do a lot of good work on the right hand side. So I don't know if that's something Ten Hag will look at in the future, but that last 10 minutes looked pretty good. But like I said, Rashford, he was not brought up right as far as football awareness and stuff in this club. But we have to make it work because we that's our talisman going forward. And that's Ten Hag job, I have to say.
Before we continue, Simeon, I just wait to fix your camera a little bit so your head don't get cut off, correct? No, your head, yeah. So just bring it up a little bit, or lean back, or however, so that we don't miss piece of your head, right?
Yeah, good now, Simeon.
It's smoking. It's smoking right now. You're not talking about
But I just want to say something about Rashford, right? Because I think, and I always find like our fan base, this whole our players at sometimes unrealistic levels, right? And I even want to make the statement going back to the Brighton game. No, I was upset with Rashford for his decision making. But when you look at Rashford was our only attacking threat. The man was an actual threat in earlier. You understand?
Yeah.
And I mean,
Brighton or today?
Brighton. I just going back to Brighton just to make a point, right? The man was our only attacking threat against Brighton. Yes, we had Højlund making runs, and I mean,
He's the
we
only person
know,
that's making direct runs.
yeah, and we know, you have to know where you're gonna get with Rashford, right? And I am surprised because up to now, Rashford, it have certain things that Rashford will, you know that Rashford will do, and I believe Ten Hag, giving him certain license and certain freedoms to do certain things, right? But what I have an issue with is when you realize, and I think the last podcast, JP, you make the point. If you realize you take 2 shots and it take going, then consider different things now. Don't become predictable.
That's
Because
all.
defender, and you understand what I'm saying?
That's
And I
all.
believe this is,
That's what is infuriates us about him. Dan,
right?
and I'm not sure if it's you. I was talking this with Dan. Dan, if Marcus Rashford had half of a brain, he would be a world class player. Dog, what is happening automatically when he get the ball? He just pull 2 players every single time because it don't have much defenders. Because Marcus Rashford for 90 minutes, 1-on-1. Bro, if you know that's happening, and if it's one thing, Højlund supporting you, bro, square the ball for the friggin' man, boy. Oh God, oh God, oh God. That being said, today he wasn't bad. I was this for the weekend, but today, all
So
right.
he actually because that goal we score, Rashford was taking that shot for himself and skying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you could have see he had the space to actually let the ball run and then he could have shoot. But probably he realized he didn't have shoot and the confidence was shot a little bit and the man decided to take the pass and it was the right decision.
Was
and
the
they
right
all we were to do. That's all we were to do. You understand me? That's what you for that.
Center forwards want the ball where Højlund pick up that is where center forward wants it. You back to the goal and do something.
Yeah, and Højlund look like the kind of player that he go relish those kind of chances. You understand?
He will score them chances. That's not the horse.
Yeah. Dixie and Banga on the inside. Thanks for joining. Good night to
Hey,
you.
Dixie, good night, good night.
All right. Big Phil on the inside. He's saying Onana was more like a side man. You know. Judgment. We will get to Onana earlier. All right. He's also saying here Bruno is not the right captain for Man United. Bruno is best suited as captain of Luxembourg. Oh, you mean when they play against Luxembourg? Right. So fellas, here. I have some for you, right? This might be a little hard question. Right? But are you seen any positives in the way Ten Hag has been setting up versus teams that are, well, better than us? I mean, we're accustomed seeing, even Sir Alex Ferguson used to do it. Ollie did it, against teams that you know better than you. You would set up like a low block and you'll try to play on the counter. But Ten Hag seems to be going for it, so to speak. You have any positives from that? I don't know if I understand what I was saying.
We
Normally
really
we
can't
will sit
say
back. Yeah, we will sit back and we will just defend and then
nah.
kick ball long and yeah, quick. But Ten Hag does seem to be doing that.
Let everybody
Unless any
answer. I will
positives.
for us.
Yeah, go through.
I mean, that's the only way you know who can play your style of football. Now, that's the only way. I mean, you see if Ericsson can handle it. You see if Casemiro, his forwards could do it. I mean, the defenders can handle it. I mean, that's the only way. I mean, we complain about, I know was saying back five today. I was one of the people saying back five today because I didn't want to get, beat down. But like, there's no other way who's up for it. Palestri get around today. I mean, I don't know how, that's, and I gotta see, well, is this guy gonna fit my system in the future? Like, how is he coming along? Like, you don't know what you have, how far back you are from the style you want to play until you actually use it. I mean, and we talk about DNA. I mean, you have to play these kind of games, even though you're men down to get that ingrained in your DNA. So, one step for us learn that this is what we're doing, and you have to learn it. They ain't gonna rely on just having, a way out, or go back to play the way we used to. So it's more ingrained in the guys in practice to learn how to do it right. So that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, GP.
Basically, share Simeon thoughts. We have to have a style of play, and it shouldn't just depend on a first 11 that fit to play the style. It should be no matter what team you have and no matter what team you're playing, you have a particular way you want to play the football, because when you look at the top teams, the teams have to adjust to play them. So
Yep.
we want to be at the level where teams have to adjust to play us. We don't want to be at the level where we adjust to play our top team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what he trying to. It's the same way we saw he was going hard for every cup last season, where he trying to bring that winning mentality back to the team. I think it's the same way in setting up like this for games like this, that you want to bring back this is Man United and we going to play our game, and you had a suit adapt to us then.
And the players had to up the level to be able to execute it, as Simeon was saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Go through, Chef.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with basically what Simeon, what JP saying. Dan, we have to have a style of playing. Our style of playing is attacking. You know what is really bother me, y'all? That if we put away our chances, our conversation could be so much different. Like it, that is the part that just bothering me, boy. That if we put away our chance, somebody say, but yeah, all you concede, all you still conceding, but then football is about momentum. If you jump down a team throat in the first 15 minutes and put three on them, you feel that when I had that same deal to come at you? No, the game is going to be even more open and they could get ball more. But if you get in your chances and you're keeping on throwing away your chances, the longer the game goes in, the momentum will shift, and then a team know, boy, if we chuck in one on them, then we have them. And this is what's going on with them. I listen, as JP said, our players had to have the mentality of what the coach is trying to do. No matter how much injuries we have, no matter who is the personnel. But unfortunately, it seems that our personnel is not our backed up personnel is not even good enough to carry through on what the manager wants to do. Then we watch Brighton weekend. Brighton had 6 changes. Brighton look any different? No,
Facts, facts.
no, because this is what the manager set out to play. This is how he wants them to play, and he couldn't play.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess with that, fellas, and it's something that our entitled fan base, they want, but they're not ready to go through the process. They
Yeah,
want a style of play. They want, consistency. They want that. But they're not understanding that everything just take time. And so I
yeah,
can't remember which one of you all used the term of, reprogramming the players, to understand that whether we play in A or B or whoever, this is what we want to do. And because all they're realizing, and all the entire fan base, at some point admitting it, that we're seeing a semblance of performances where we actually playing good, we looking good, and it's just mistakes messing with we all here.
silly,
Mistakes
silly
and
mistakes.
indecisiveness in front of goal. And I
Yeah,
believe earlier, this is my firm belief, once you get players to believe and to see it working, they will buy into it more and more and they will commit to it more and more. That's just my
yeah,
thing. So if we start to score playing the way that Ten Hag want us to play, and we stop making these foolish mistakes and we start getting results, you understand? The players go buy into it and we go see, the evolution of this philosophy, mentality, whatever you want to call it. We'll see it more and more. But the issue is the little things, the fine margins, is what we missing now, boy, and that is what messing me up. Because I realize today that our players, we still fragile mentally, right? We have a plan, we going to execute the plan, and we doing what we're supposed to do. And then they got some clown go make a mistake, and it's like the plan out the door, and fellas just doing their own thing. Let me talk about Onana, fellas,
gosh.
right? Because
I had to take off
Onana
my
come in,
glasses first. I had to take off my
right?
glasses.
Yeah, and I mean, I could be one who I ain't care, right? I was praising Onana when I wanted Onana, right? But right now, Onana suspect dread, big time, right? Big time. Now, Onana have some big shoes to fill. Onana didn't come here as an 18-year-old like how De Gea came here back in the day. Onana came here with a reputation, right? So when De Gea came, we could have said, well, he young, we got allow for the adjustment, so forth and so on. But Onana came under different circumstances. All the what going on with Onana. We make a bad buy. We had a game. Well, I know the easy out is to say the game time, but all I know.
I think you see, I don't know. What I like at least from him is that he putting his hands up and he taking the blame. He not shying away from it. He taking the blame, and he say today that he has had a bad start so far to his career at Man United, and today was his worst performance. So he put on his hand up and he could say that, and he even went further to admit that is the goal that was conceded. That was not the game really, because we were dominating Bayern up to that point. We were dominating the game up to that point. So is that mistake that kind of throw up everything from there? So I wouldn't say it's a bad buy, because this is a goalkeeper who made it to a Champions League final last season and was one of the best players in that Champions League final. I think it is more to do with the totality of the unsettled nature of the team at this point in time, because the whole team not settled. Because we brought Onana more so for his ability as a ball playing goalkeeper to add to our style of play. But if you look at how we actually play, we're not really getting to utilize Onana as yet. So what we really bring him in for. So I think he not properly settled into the team because the team itself not settled. So I know when I'm saying this are bad Bayern, I'm looking at some of the comments that people making about the here, this and the here, that the here going. And the here was making some mistakes very similar to this that Onana made in the last few seasons. So we had to move on from the here. We have Onana now, and I think it's way too early to start to say it was a bad. Allow the team to settle because if we start to talk about Onana, we have to talk about everybody.
But let me just add to this before we move on, right? We buy Onana, right? So that the first goal that he conceded, so we don't concede them kind of goals. That had the hair written all. I was like, oh my, the hair, right? When he conceded that goal, because we buy him so that we don't concede those. And then it's another next thing that worried me. And I agree with what you're saying, JP. But it's another next thing that worried me. Onana, it's had a play.
Slapping at the
Onana
ball.
stand up. And he stand up on his line. He didn't even come
He
out.
didn't come out of the ball. It was a break. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I asked him,
I know the player you're talking about was a
what going
breakaway.
on?
And I thought Onana would have come out and it's end up being Lindelof, end up coming
Yes,
and make a
that is the
block.
play. That is the play. That is
Yeah,
the play right there. Yeah.
the play, you know what? When that play was just after we did concede.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's something in his head he was still trying to recover from
Yes,
that
it is
mistake.
exactly that. That's why he didn't come out. He was still studying because it was literally within a 5 minute span after he had conceded that first goal, that play, and he did not come out. And I kept expecting him to come out. And when I see the man stand up on the line and then Lindelof came and make a block, I was like, Jesus Christ.
What are you saying, Simeon?
I mean, like what you say about De Gea was sold and another bought for this games like this. Exactly. We all remember the Gea. I forgot which game it was. It was either like a championship game. What game was it where he made a mistake at the beginning of the game and it's like, wow, the game didn't really start yet and we're really behind because of his mistake. Like
PSG?
probably, yeah. It was PSG, and it's like I just feel like we didn't go forward. Like we thought Onana was a step forward for sure. He was supposed to be a step forward. I don't know much about Onana besides his. I asked everyone. And they all said he's a class goalkeeper. He's one of the best you can get now. He is, one of the best. I'm like, well, okay, fine, but now I'm not seeing it. And and one thing that worried me after the first and second game, you can see in his mind. I was telling Kareem this like a few games ago. Like he's seeing things that he probably never seen before. That is function. Men cutting up loose all over the penalty box. Free shot. I mean, I don't know if we ever seen that kind of men just shoot open target practice. And I have to go back and see if he's ever been hurt bad stretch as this many goals go past him in such a short period. I don't know what's going on with him mentally. I don't know what that could do to him, a guy mentally, in your profession. Like, but I don't think I don't think until today, he understand, that. I think the Gea got the point that he had to be every game he played, he had to be super.
Yeah.
I think the Gea understood. Okay, well, I have to make 5, 3, 4 ridiculous saves for my team to win because they ain't gonna pick up this guy. I don't think Onana understood the issue he's going to have coming into his team with the defense and the midfield like it is because something ain't clicking. The confidence he had when he first came in ain't quite there. But I would say this: I really applaud his leadership. I think he could turn it around. I really see someone that wants to take this team to a higher level. I see someone that can be the captain of this team after Bruno. I see a person that can stand up. He's not going to wait till for Ten Hag to come out and say, because they're not like making an excuse. Like, no, it's my fault. this is my, my bad. We could have won this game, but I messed up. He's not going to wait for Ten Hag to come out and tell some, excuse. I really appreciate that from Onana.
Yeah, yeah. And I really, as I said that to Simeon, because he requested to do an interview after the game today. So that was good on him. But let me just, that's good, yes. But I hope it not gonna happen too often, right? Because after
Exactly.
a while, it's gonna be appreciated,
No, we after a while we trying to hear that.
Yeah. Go to chef.
Um, no, I really like Onana, and I like what he brings to the team. But whew, last couple of games, he looked a little shaky and true. Dread, I have a partner, good brethren of mine, in the Manchester fan thing, quarters. He hates Onana, and he's a big De Gea fan. And his vibes is that.
Who that,
Oh,
Joey?
nah, boy, just nah. Potter's thinking is that we are conceding more with Onana than we were conceding with De Gea. Which, in my thing, as I told him already, that is a stupid thinking. Because you can't blame every goal on the goalkeeper. Then, boom, he come and concede this goal today. And in my mind, I was like, Quarters could kill me today with this goal. And listen, he hasn't stopped talking. That boy literally talking since like it was 3 o'clock today. He must be still talking in the group about Onana. Dread, everybody, you see what Simeon said? That it probably didn't dawn on Onana how much work he had to do as Manchester keeper until Manchester, and let me tell you something, until Manchester midfield start playing how they're supposed to play. And that's what I'm blaming the defense, The midfield, Dre. Onana, there was a shot Canary took on Onana today, and that ball swooped. And Onana did decent enough to palm it, but the man was so open. The man take his time, push the ball, not a midfielder in sight to pick him up. And you can't expect the defenders now to fly out on that because they don't be leaving attackers free in the box. And there was a few players like that. So Simeon hit the nail on the head that I don't think it hit him, but I should hit him now. That I got a real same when it comes to this team, boy.
Well,
So
too
I
late. He
just
done
hope,
signed on the dotted line already.
yep, and he signed for big money for a while too. So personally, I like the man temperament, and I believe this was just a little hiccup, and I really hope he just shake that off because he is the number one until the foreseeable future.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, as I always say, the Man United jersey is carrying a different kind of weight. I mean, we're not the club, that we were in terms of, winning things. But just that media attention and media scrutiny, this
Yeah.
jersey heavy. It is very heavy. Right? And they're going to heap because look, even in the press conference before the game, he was
Mm-hmm.
asked by a journalist about
Yeah,
his
Maguire.
shot stopping. No, about his
Oh
shot
yes.
stopping.
Yeah.
And he had to say, he's known for his shot stopping. So questions already coming out from the media to him about his ability to keep the ball out of the net, and not only
Yeah.
what he could do on the floor, right, with his feet. So he had, and even if he didn't know, based on Simeon's comment, the kind of players who'd be playing in front time and the kind of pepper he had to deal with, he had to also consider the kind of media attention and criticism that's going to be coming his way.
Yeah.
Right? Because trust me, the sitting in the hot seat at Man United is different. It have so much things Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp could get away with. Allison, I see Allison make some kind of blunders, and boy, men turn a blind eye to that to watch and see what we doing over in Old Trafford. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just hope that Onana back strong, because after he conceded that soft goal today, you could have seen it rattle him a little bit.
It did happen.
He passing get affected, right? He didn't want to come off the line, right? So I hope that is not an indicator of him not being able to handle the pressure and the criticism and whatever comes with the negativity surrounding the club. Because boy, it only now start. Right? So
Just to add to Reem's point there, we like to talk about the number 7. But the keeper jersey for Manchester is not an
Heavy.
easy jersey either, because it's big time keepers we had over the years. So for you to come now, the keeper after a man who was there for 10 years, and bro, you ain't have much leeway, and don't feel you're gonna get much patience from a very ungrateful and I don't even know what to put Manchester entitled. Yeah, so you had to hit the, because you see, we not resigning the here. How that work out? Basically split the Manchester fans 50-50. A lot of people did not like the here was a favorite. Let me be real. The here was a club favorite. So a lot of people, even though you might understand, okay, Ten Hag wants to play a certain way, but the argument could also be, you want a keeper or you want an attacker? Come and imagine the man is now win a Golden Glove too. So we get rid of a keeper who just had a Golden Glove to get a keeper who good with his feet.
Yeah,
So you understand? I honestly,
who signed the Golden Glove keeper? Nobody. I think that's saying plenty. The fact that this man is a free agent.
Yeah, folks. Listen, don't get me wrong, I didn't want to hear stay. I am one of them. Was of the belief it was time to move on from the here. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying I can understand the arguments.
Let me ask you a question. Who would you rather have? If it was just them shots coming in, just them shots. Who would you rather have in the goal? De Gea or Onana? For all them shots that came in this season, who do you think would stop the most shots?
Simeon, what are you trying to do me, boy? What are you trying to do me, boy?
I might have made the same mistake. In the Europa League game, when we needed De Gea in the Europa League game last season, what happened? When he and Maguire was malfunctioning on a million. When we needed them in that big game.
But Onana,
so I don't want to hear about.
No,
I don't want to hear
no.
about
I mean, we all agree Onana is the future, but don't act like if De Gea was like De Gea was a shot stopper for the most part.
Yeah.
When you look at Onana's stats, that's the issue with his stats right now. The amount of shots on target, on goal, and the amount that went in. I mean, it's like, what, 60% went in? He let in? It's real bad. I mean, it's probably not his fault. But when you have a guy that's
don't was that. It's not probably was his fault. He had his defense letting him down. But I get what you mean, So at the end of the day, the stat is what it is.
Let me rephrase. If your defense is crap, who do you want in your goal? If your defense can't stop somebody, who do you want in your goal?
Onana, because if my defense is crap, then I want my keeper to be able to start my attack faster.
No, but answer my question, Jeff.
Answer?
Making a point.
I I say Onana.
So you ain't catching me in that trap. You ain't catching me in that trap. I don't
Yeah, I didn't answer that question at all.
I answer that because the one thing we not gonna sit here and talk is like if David De Gea let us down in big games, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me not even front on that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he was. The man was a great servant for us, and nobody could ever fight that down. But dog, let me don't fight it down. That's in big games. The hell let us down.
But this is the first Champions League game we had. How long? How long? 2
I
years?
see 2 seasons or no 1 season?
Since the here, of course, we against PSG.
Yeah, I mean, but right now, all says right. Onana ain't really help. I mean, Onana. I hope he come good. I think he will. But right now,
No,
let's not compare. Let's not put the gear down right now. Now it's not a good time. Now it's not a good time
No,
for that.
it's not about playing the here, dog, but we gotta lift Onana up to it because you gotta look at what's going on wrong with Onana, and I think it's the midfield and defense that lets Onana down. Look at Gnabry goal.
Too easy.
Look at
It's too
Gnabry goal.
easy to
How Gnabry could be so free in the box to just take a simple shot like that and score. So
Look
I
at
think last season what helped is that the midfield was better, and then you had the wing backs who were kind of pushing into midfield too to add numbers, and they were helping out. But now Casemiro had to do it all on his own, and it's unfair to Casemiro what we asking this man to do, because he alone we expecting him to play like prime Kante.
Yeah, and you know, if it's one thing that I don't know how much people taking time to recognize. Ten Hag last season praised Varane for his ability to organize the defense.
Yes.
You need that person there. So Varane not being there is a big miss earlier.
No, it
It's
is.
a massive miss.
We have
Right,
no
and
defense right now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Martinez is my player, but Martinez is not the leader. Martinez is the enforcer.
Yeah, the pit bull.
Yeah, he's the organizer. Yeah.
But
So I think
at the same time too, and as much as we critic, we had to give kudos. Dan Lindelof ain't doing bad at all.
yeah, but
You know.
You prefer Evans and Maguire?
no. I take him on Lindelof. I take him. You ain't give me much good options there. I take him on Lindelof.
Time of points.
But we need Varane back. We need Varane back. You know.
We do need Varane back.
What Varane does bring compared to what Lindelof? You know, Lindelof is like he holding the fort, but you know he's not. That's
that
not
guy.
the ideal scenario. You know.
No, it's not. But at the same time,
yeah.
I just believe, and this is my honest belief, maybe I just real hopeful, but I honestly believe in a couple of weeks, Manchester gonna get trouble. I honestly believe
so
that.
too. I believe so too.
I
think
honestly
think
believe,
so too.
and
I
that's
think
the only thing keeping me from going mad right now. I honestly believe that. I have been saying, man, Dan, you real good, bossy dog. I am telling all you. In a few weeks' time, when that Manchester midfield,
When Amrabat started playing next to Casemiro, and
yeah,
who could come off the bench, and you still have Mount who could fall in there.
you have Kobe coming back.
Yeah.
Options. He had good options. Because I mean, when you watch our bench today, it's like Ten Hag had to pick McTominay. Ten Hag must see grind and think before he pick McTominay and call McTominay in a way.
I still find Hannibal should have been the name before.
I would have bring on Hannibal. I don't know why they bring on Hannibal.
Correct.
I'm sorry.
Especially after the goal demand score weekend. Why
I'm
did you
sorry,
McTominay that call for?
This is my thing, and people don't want to agree with me. But if I had to lose, let me lose with them youths and them. Let them come out and get experience. You can't be giving me Scott McTominay. I'm sorry. I don't know but Scott regress badly.
That was McTominay's 200th game for Manchester United. How Scott McTominay played 200 games for Sarri, but how mediocre Scott McTominay put on a Manchester United jersey 200 times, boy? That's ridiculous.
No, but no,
That's
and in a Manchester United midfielder, study
my
something.
goodness.
That man lasts
Oh my
longer
goodness.
than Pogba and Herrera. Oh God, he could call so much midfielders that meet Scott McTominay. God, and he's still there.
Yeah, boy. Fellas got through. Fellas win the lottery, boy.
Boy, I tell you.
Let me just get some comments here, guys. Well, we know Jody a little bit, alright? So he's saying Onana only requested the interview to get in front of the bashing. Yeah,
But
I
that's
agree.
smart thinking, though.
Yeah,
You're right, yeah.
he take front. He take
You
front.
take front, but that's just intelligence. Why would you know you do a bag of nonsense and shy away? You're inviting partners to come to you.
Yeah, and that was, and then when you look at the former captain who would have come and blame other people.
It's like we were bad
understand?
today. We were bad. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
you was bad.
And the strikers should take the chances and that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, Minister Shane Quarry on the inside, big up yourself, my boy. You know, he's saying blessings. So we talking
Hey,
about
somebody put up the score in cricket now.
yeah, nah. All be able to self with all the cricket thing now. Let we have we therapy session in peace now. Right? Jody saying here, JP, stop making excuses. Onana is rubbish at the moment, and that's facts. Right?
You reach the rubbish, but wow.
Oh,
Only a preface reading.
I talk what the situation is. I don't understand how I make an excuse to the man. There's a reality of what the situation is.
I did preface Jody's comments by saying the man bitter. So all you know now, right?
Yeah, true.
Jody, we expect nothing more.
He's saying here, chef, that same defense was letting down the hair, yet time and time again he bailed them out. Anyway, he make good points here. There's a good point. The hair saved 20 times.
We said that though.
Yeah. Saying deal with them, Simeon.
boy.
Jody, you only put talking about.
I say it in big from now, man. United will not come out of the group stage. Oh God, Jody, relax now, boy. Christian on the inside, thanks for joining, man.
We could meet Jody for the rest of the night now.
He's saying Rashford feel like he is some world-class star. He ain't have to track back or help out defensively awful today. I think Rashford was doing some work in the earlies. Today, yeah. But
Today
sometimes I feel no, but hear this, right, Talia? Sometimes some players had to be allowed to cheat. This is my thing, Talia. Yeah. When you consider the kind of mileage Rashford is put out because of the style of football that we play.
This why you're gonna say.
Yeah, sometimes you had to allow. Yeah, sometimes you had to allow some players to cheat a little bit now. But no, I ain't saying that a man shouldn't put in any defensive work. Eh? You know what I know?
When she did today.
But sometimes, because I was listening to
the outlet. You want the outlet? You want the outlet back in the box defended?
Yeah, because I was listening to a pod too. I was listening to a pod, and this guy there's a 10 plenty games, so he does see what the camera does show.
Right.
And what he was saying is the amount of runs that Rashford is keep making that don't get
the ball.
Don't get played to. Right?
Yep.
You had to understand how much the man is be working off the ball in the attacking phases. So to be asking a man to be doing that plus heavy defensive work, don't get me wrong, he have to put in his portion for the team defensively. But sometimes I feel we just overkill Rashford.
Come on, bro.
Asking asking so much of defensive work. Sometimes some places you have to allow some players to cheat sometimes. That's all I say.
You see, asking a player like Rashford to do that consistently, it will shorten his career. And that's what I think long term. You can't think short term, man, to kill out himself every single game running and tracking every play. A player like that has to become watch how hard Rashford is run when a ball get put for him going forward. Watch how hard he is run. You can't ask him man to be running hard going forward and going back to man. Not every play.
Yeah. It have phases in the game where you would require him to come back, maintain the shape, put in his work. If he had to track the overlapping runner, do your work, do your defensive work.
You see that ball in your area, I expect you to do your defensive work, pal. But then it have men like Mendes want, and that point you made there just now about his off the ball running. Men like that want to see the ball on the right side and Rashford running. That's not how footballers work. Or you know what it takes. And Simeon, because Simeon always has the medical part of it. You know what it takes, though, to be up and down a field? Like seriously. None of us is professional footballers, but I'm sure everybody here play football, a certain amount of competitive football that. You know what it takes to do that for 90 minutes? And let me be real, he is the number one outlet. Whenever the keeper or the defenders look up, it's Rashford. They're looking to put and play that ball in. And you want he to be back in defense all the time? No, pal. All your evil.
I mean, question. I mean, what will happen if Rashford pull a hamstring tomorrow? And the issue is, if Ten Hag is going to play Rashford for not like 90 minutes every game, he can't do that.
No.
You know, like, he can't. I mean, it sounds nice. I mean, it really sounds nice, but it's just not physically possible. What I want Rashford to do is, like, pick your. I mean, sometimes you know you have to know when you have to go.
Yeah.
Like if you see it's like, we ball get a giveaway and you see, okay, this guy running on the flank here and like we short back there, get back. But I mean, he can't unless you sub him off at 70, 80 minutes, 85 minutes, unless you have somebody else to play half a game here, half a game there. You can't play him 90 minutes and have him do that. I think Ten Hag knows it.
Correct.
I think somehow Ten Hag, I mean, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense that he is the one that doesn't have to. Yeah, he's the one who has to do the work. The more you think about it, the more you realize, hey, Rashford has the most minutes. He makes the most, violent runs. I mean, that stuff tears pulls at your muscles and stuff. You can't be doing that stuff I don't know how he does it for 90 minutes. I saw him the last two games. Even though he didn't run the whole game, at the end of the game, he's running back. I criticize Rashford a lot, but you can't ignore the work he does sometimes. He can get back. Rashford can get back. He can defend. He's not great at defending, but he can do it. He does make run back. He does make passes, but he's just not to the liking as not to the liking as much as we want him to do it, but. I think the more you think about Rashford and what he's doing, is the more you can see Ten Hag telling him that
save yourself, save yourself a little bit, save yourself a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's not good for him.
For me as well, right? It's always about positional intelligence defensively, right?
Yeah.
Defending doesn't always mean that you have to skate tackle a man and throw.
Nope.
You understand what I'm saying? You come back in position, and you ensure that passing lanes cut off. That doesn't necessarily mean
that's what we don't want to kill one with. And we don't say that our problem with one is positional.
Exactly. So and sometimes when the player recover, that is what you want him to do, right? No, I'm not saying that Rashford always diligent with his defensive responsibilities. Sometimes he need a little ringers,
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we just be a little bit harsh on asking attacking players, or what we expect from them defensively. Remember, they're already pressing. We ask them to press up top, You understand what I'm saying?
And then
That
get
ain't
back.
easy. And then now we want them to maintain the shape defensively, but still you want them to I ain't watch me earlier. I ain't no manager. I play my little football a little bit, but I find we just be little
Then we just talk like we just,
unreasonable.
and this is no disrespect to anybody, but plenty men just talk like they never kick a friggin' line. Real talk. I serious friend, let me just think about it then. How all you want that man to do all that work. And I want to ask the fan base. Men said that out, and I want men to be honest with themselves, fellas. Men say we start off the podcast by saying Rashford could eat a bench. If we benching Marcus Rashford right now, who you want to put to play in front of him? Real talk. Who?
Itaganacho.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's a men. You know,
It
Ten
don't
Hag
have
Ten Hag does always say it because we are no Anthony and we making it do. So I hear what you're saying, Chef, but if Rashford that day, we go out and make it do. You understand?
Okay, but he did.
And the part of it too, Chef, is I will we move away from this heavy dependence on one player.
But
right?
Reem, for us to do that, bro, then we have to have a better squad.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with you.
I think Hoyland is the start of a better, as far as attacking wise.
Yeah,
you get that star striker up there to hold on the middle. You can have somebody else on the side that just good enough to get on the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Kristen saying here, Casemiro looked really good today. Some real good long balls throughout the game. Reguilon playing like he wanted to get by. Man was good again.
Yeah.
Did so much more than Rashford on the left. I think Reguilon is a real good buy. Good signing. You know, it's working out better than we actually thought. Right?
Yes.
Reguilon attacking wise, he intelligent, he have ball IQ, he quick.
He does make things happen.
Yeah, Reguilon is a good signing.
I know, tell you, and I feel happy to be wrong because I wasn't for that buy at all because I don't like at Spurs.
Yeah.
But Dread, he was probably one of our best players, if not the best player on the field. He doing the job. That man looking to take man walking.
I mean,
and that's what we want.
Yeah.
Let me say, like, how come like Reguilon, he wasn't with us for our preseason? How he looked more fit than our guys?
Boy.
Nah, but he cannot die down in the end, eh? If you watch later on in the game, he was a little close later on in the game, eh?
But you ain't see who took some man.
Yeah.
He had to man some of the most mobile wingers in the world.
Yeah.
But here I'm telling you, right? I think I might be able to answer that question as Simeon, because the kind of football that our squad played last season, and then you add that intense pre-season on top of that.
Yeah.
I feel them fellas are fully recover, eh? Remember Reguilon coming fresh enough.
And
So that could be why, eh?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know, Billing on that point, Simeon just make. You remember how we like to make this is playing devil's advocate. But you know, we like to make a point that you just have to give a man time to acclimatize that squad and you have to learn to play like the squad. That is the excuse. This man was one of the last players to get by. He got by 2 weeks ago. Straight into the squad. And the man looking better than the players.
I think he locked that left back until Shaw come back.
Yes.
And then if Shaw come back, we go see.
Boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, you know. Malasia and Shaw have a battle, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's good for the team, and that's the
No, I mean, defensively, he's suspect. But besides that, I mean, he have the kind of, for Premier League, the physicality they have. He got a trade buddy in the Premier League. He'll struggle with that. But I mean, he's so smooth. He's so smooth attacking wise. It really is
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
And Russia was looking real nice and fine guy. They have a nice little understanding already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but last
Rashford
year,
like
David
them.
Clinton on the
Rashford
inside.
like them kind of wing backs.
Yeah,
Less
yeah.
defensive work for him.
And
Yeah.
I find attacking wise he quicker than Shaw. He quicker than Shaw attacking wise in terms of his decision making. Like Shaw just had to do
Yeah.
that little hop. Shaw just had to do that
Yeah,
little kind of
boy.
hop before he cross now.
Yeah, nah. With his big bottom. Hey, me and too fancy showing, boy. God, boy. He's fret me sometime. I mean, he was good last season, but he's fret me, boy. Man love a back pass, boy.
Yeah. So up and down, eh?
No, but Regulon, you so much forward. Regulon always going forward. Most times Regulon
Always.
passes is forward.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curtin on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining,
Hey,
buddy.
David. Good night, brother.
Jody saying here, believe in God, not man. Man United. Eric Lewis on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining, man. He said I missed the game. How was Palestri? Earlier, how Palestri handled his opportunity. He was calling for the fans was calling for him. Palestri. What a find.
I
I give him a 6 out of 10.
I find he started well. But remember as Alfonso Davies he played, right? He's a athletic, quick, strong. He is one of the best left backs in the world. So he had a job out for him there. And it was basically him alone. He didn't really have much because Dallo had to kind of stay back in this game. So Dallo didn't have really much opportunity to go forward with Palestri. So it was really more or less him alone against Alfonso Davies. That in itself, I think, is asking any player season or not. That is a big answer. So I think he handled himself well.
I give him a 6 out of 10.
Yes, I think he did well, but I don't think he could be in the lineup again weekend. I don't think he. That's just my thought. I don't see him starting again on the weekend. I'm not saying he had a bad game,
But you believe he didn't shine enough.
Yeah, for Ten Hag to say, well, Pella, you
Yeah.
have to play. You're going to play against Burnley on the weekend. I
I
don't know.
could agree with it, but I also wish I was wrong
No,
and he gets another chance.
no, I would give him another game. I would actually give him my next game because I
Me
think
too.
you gotta give him a little game time. That's why I wasn't letting him
Yeah.
start again. Because I
Yeah.
don't think it have anything he do wrong in the game. I don't think he do
No.
anything wrong in the game at all.
Yeah.
So I
That's
would give him another
Alfonso
chance
Davies.
against a more regular, against a more normal left back now, not a super left back like
God.
the kids.
Alfonso
But-
Davies, 6 minutes.
Nobody think about it, right? Is you're talking about Mount coming back, and we know Mount is there's the same versatility like Bruno. So there's a saying now,
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't be upset if I see him start again on the weekend.
I hope.
But if he don't start, I wouldn't be like, way Pelestri, that kind of thing.
If it not, it depends on who they start over him. That's my thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Jody saying here, why leave me out for the rest of the night, chef? The truth is a hard pill for it to swallow. Only
Boy,
your
that
opinion
was
matters,
that
right?
was half an hour ago. We don't pass. Yeah, boy.
Kevin James on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Ericsson sleeps on the ball too much, no awareness on the ball. Or off the ball. I think it's off the ball.
Off
is
the
where
ball.
His, where his awareness need work. Right? Because tracking players,
Ericsson
is
tracking
drop
back
asleep.
is awful. Awful. Is it? So let me ask you a question. Is it that we expect too much of it? That he can't do that? Here's why I asked that, right? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, chef.
No, because I was watching Madrid play today, right now, and center of Madrid midfield is called Luka Madrid, and around him is runners. Is runners. Oh, that man, and here's the thing, Luka Modric is not a lazy player at all. He still have mobility even at his age and thing. But generally, when we talking about the donkey work, the getting back at that Luka Modric not doing that. But Caravinga and them fellas and them doing the work. So I had to ask myself, is it that we expect him to do that kind of work and partner him up with Casemiro and him? You know, it's just not a balance.
Let me answer that, right? And the example it drew was Modric. And I don't know if you notice how Ancelotti using Modric now. Modric came off after 60-something minutes. Right?
Nah, it was later than that.
Well, probably later, but Modric didn't play the game before. And the game before that, he didn't play long, or he came off the bench. The thing is, Eriksen will give you a good 59, 60 minutes. You see, is when he had his max and Eriksen gave you all he could give you, and he's still on the field.
Yeah.
Is where we just have an issue with Eriksen. Right? Because I find Eriksen in possession, Eriksen has give you plenty IQ, he's getting proper passes. No. He bouncy, moving the ball nice. But we had to start to take off Eriksen after a certain hour.
Fair enough.
And that is issue. Nigel, well, I think we answer.
Because you know what happened? He somebody moves wrong, yeah?
Who, Eriksen?
I see the start at halftime. Eriksen somebody moves wrong.
Yeah, so you can't have a man playing full 90. That mad thing, boy.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah. Kristen saying here, Bruno, Højlund, etc. pressing, and Rashford wasn't. Yeah, I know Rashford has some work to do with that person. I agree with that, right? Bayern first few chances was Lema free and had so much time to put in split passes to Sane to run behind the defense. Yeah. I ain't doubting that, but what I'm saying is, in general, I find we just put too much pressure on Rashford to do everything on the left side.
Yeah, nobody not saying you do expect Rash to do nothing. Come on.
Yeah. Riyad on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, so we have a keeper who good with his feet. Riyad, they come late. We talk about Onan already. We ain't back there. Alright. I just saying here, Chef, how to be ignorant, but if he injured, what who, I don't know what this is about, right?
He probably talking about when I said about playing Rashford, who else you think? Bro, if the man injured, Becky, we had to find somebody else. But we talking about the here and now. My question is, the very first statement tonight by, I think was the Charles guy, who said that Rashford need bench. And I am asking now, who you benching Rashford and putting in? That's all you know. You want to bench Rashford? I believe if you're making a statement, then you have to have a solution. So if you say you're benching Rashford, then who you could tell me you're going to play in front of Rashford? That's all.
Yeah. Kevin saying here, another point for me is too much away what passes in the midfield. Yeah, boy.
Facts.
Yes, yeah. Oh God, boy.
Yeah, boy.
And here what I hate to see, you know, you get the ball and it gets boots it long for whoever in front to run down. I don't like that, boy.
And you know who is the one? Who is the one that boots it for 80% of the time to run on?
It's Rashford.
The one defense.
Yeah. Riyad saying he usually is no one allowed to have dissenting opinion. All right, I can't follow that, right?
It's me that talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
The hair was saving 3 of them. Simple.
We still lose though. We still losing. You know what? We still losing.
Yeah, Rishi Shrippat on the inside. Good night to you. Thanks for joining, man.
Hey, good night, bro.
Yeah. Ethan Lynch on the inside. Good night to you, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Saying mixed bag. Could have been better, could have been worse, a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think that sums up the game pretty well there.
After the second
Right,
goal, only when you start to say Jesus Christ, floodgates
yeah,
open.
floodgates. This could be a real thing.
Yep,
We're actually saying here, game of simple margins. Put your chances when you get
that's
them, and
right.
that has been the story of
Of
all our games,
Manchester United. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. He also saying here, Pelestri should get the chance against a less stronger opposition. So you're saying he should start against
As
who we playing? Who we playing again?
Brighton. Not Brighton,
No, not
Burnley.
Brighton. Burnley.
Burnley.
Burnley. Nigel saying here, if he can have a decent game against Bayern, why not give him a run against less up? So yeah, so everybody's saying
Yeah.
Pelestri getting the chance. We should get the chance against Burnley, right? Or they asked for a score update. TKR 124 for 2 and 14.4 overs. Right?
Thank you,
Also
kindly.
saying here 41 in
In 31 balls.
All right.
He made it 15
Riyadh saying Onana, he conceded 9 of 12. God. Eric Lewis saying here, Ericsson is a 10, not a 8. He should only play in the 8 if we expected to have a lot more of the ball. But my question to Eric is, who else he gonna put in? McTominay? You see McTominay coming in cameo today?
Question, like, can Hannibal play 8?
Yeah, but
I don't know. I'm asking.
you want players who are afraid of the ball, Simeon, to play in that position. You understand? And right now, Ericsson, he played a season already, so he more or less understand the role. He don't have anybody else until Amrabat day by. I can't fault Ten Hag for trying, for not.
So can I ask, is it your opinion, is it ideally that we bringing in Amrabat and playing him next to Casemiro with Bruno?
Yes.
I feel
Yeah?
so.
Yeah.
I feel so. I
Yes.
feel so. Cause we need to solidify that midfield, boy. People walking through that midfield too much.
Because I'm not on front, I honestly don't know much about Amrabat and what he brings. I just saw him basically from World Cup. I never really watched him play club football. So
Yeah,
when I was asking,
yeah.
when I was asking, so that what is really his ideal position? What is his ideal position? Is it attacking? Is it defensive? You all tell me.
Right. So Ten Hag, when he was asked, he said he can play as a 6, which is
Right.
the position Casemiro playing.
Casemiro
He said
playing.
he could also play alongside. Right. He said he could also play alongside Casemiro in the 8.
8.
He could also play, in the where Ericsson playing.
Yeah.
All right. And he said he could also play as a wing back. So it will be we just have to wait to see how Ten Hag going to deploy him. But I think we just need to be a little more solid in midfield. So I wouldn't be against seeing him pair with Casemiro.
Fair enough.
Right? I don't know. No, my only thing is I don't know how much we gonna lose in terms of what Ericsson is offer. Right? But let me see.
Isn't it?
Christensen-
It's not
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
bad thing to have Eric. I guess I'll be now talking about how much Ericsson have in the tank. If we bringing him on like in the 75th minute to control the game, finish it off, is that a bad thing?
No, not bad at all. Better than bringing on McTominay.
Yeah, like, can I, after you raise this comment, I want to say something about our midfield. Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, that side not fit to play that pressing football whole game. The first 20 minutes we look great. After the 20-minute mark, we start a set of mistakes and back. But you see, I don't know. I don't think, Christian, that the mistakes attributed to fatigue is lack of concentration. And I know you could link lack of concentration to fatigue, but I don't see it being the same. I guess it's a mental thing for me, boy. It's an to do with fitness. I don't think so.
Because you don't be making
I don't
those
know if anybody
mistakes in the game.
Yeah,
You don't be making
too early in
mistakes
the
in the
game.
game when you're supposed to be fresh.
Yeah.
Do I
I
not
don't
see
know if
me?
anybody wants to add to that, but I don't think it connected.
Like when they changed the sub rule from like how much 3 to 5,
Yeah.
I thought it really helped teams like United, like bring, 'cause we normally have good players to bring on from the bench, but it worked against us. It seems like when we start making subs, like other teams bring on they bring some brothers on to run. They always bring somebody in the midfield to run and guys to attack and run. They always bring guys to attack and run. And we look to our bench and there's nobody to come on to attack or defend and run. Ain't nobody running in our field. Who we have? We used to have Fred. At least we had Fred. I mean, he was lightweight, but we had Fred. He could run. Now, I find at the end of games we have our attackers that come on, that can run. Garnacho might come on. Who else? I can't
Maybe
call him.
Palestri.
Maybe Palestri, but we have no one to stop the other team from attacking. And now, but Saka is sideline, Shaw, backlines. We have no one in the midfield to counter their fresh players. We have no guys in the middle to run. And it's clear. You have Bruno trying to track back, Ericsson trying to track back. We all know McTominay can't run. We all know that.
No. We all know that McTominay don't want to run.
The man can't see where to run. I mean, wake stop. I mean, so who is tracking back? Who is tracking back the right place? Like we have Casemiro there, who he looked good better today, but I would still say he ain't what he was last season. And you can't tell me different.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So we have no runners, and that's a problem. I mean, not just football, but any sport. You want guys that could run. Yeah, you want athletes. We don't have that. What kind of team building are we doing where we have no? And we all talk about Arambat. I mean, I pray to God that he is as advertised because we need somebody in there to run.
He's a runner.
That much I know from him. He's a runner.
Look at that Mbappe. If you could catch Mbappe, you're a runner.
He's a runner. Yeah.
Man, oh yeah, no, that's such a great point. And let me be real. When you could take off Leroy Sané and bring on Kingsley Coman, dog, I was like, what are you really watching?
It's the same quality, and you see, this is nearly every show I will talk about it. This is what we need to be aspiring to, because with Man City, look at complaining about the injuries that they have. But the team is still the same quality team, more or less, that they getting being put out on the pitch, and that's what we are aspiring to. That it can't be that we had this one in that one, and the quality just dropping so great that it's like you're playing is different thing.
Yeah, because as we keep on saying, the dependency on particular players is too great. No proper team is supposed to be dependent. Don't get me wrong, every team has the big players. But you're telling me that if a player out or injured or on a red card, that things just drop so drastically, boy. That's not a good look at all.
And I think even more so now with the 5 subs. You can change a game with 5 subs. And if you have 5 quality men, you can bring on a pitch.
And that's nearly half a team.
Like half a team.
Yeah.
So,
like
half of the outfield.
Yeah. Kaden saying here, Amrabat is a 6, had the most ball recoveries in World Cup, and he can carry the ball forward very good.
I hear all these stories, but oh gosh, I hear all these stories, but
let me see.
I saw him only in World Cup. I didn't see him play club football at all.
Let me see. Let me get the man. We will go with all this and we expect the man to come in and be Batman. You understand? So let me get the man, Lynch is saying here now, Marcel close control and take on so good still.
But
he could have only been so deadly, only flashes though, never consistent or always injured. I think the fact that Hoyland there now, the dependence on Martial in terms of the injury issues now, you know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
pressure wouldn't be on him, so we might have more of Martial for them roles now, you know. Let me hope
You
it's,
give
it's,
him
it's,
Marcel
it's
Mentally,
them little 20 minutes cameo, as you rightfully say, you're managing him. So
yeah,
Marcel coming on, they are strong 20 minutes,
yeah,
25 minutes. That can't be a bad thing.
yeah.
but mentally, my thing with Martial has always been once they bring a main striker into Manchester United, his game does drop it.
For me, it all depends on how the manager treats with the situation. That is my
Right.
thing.
So hopefully he
So if
mature now to the point that he could understand that it's a squad game and
yeah,
he had
and if
to be in the squad.
yeah, and if Anthony Martial can accept that he had the opportunity last season to be the number one, and he was never available, and now our manager bringing so if you can't understand that, then
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because he had the
Reed,
opportunity last season, you know.
Reed
Yeah.
mentioned is a hell of a thing, you know.
But he so far from what I see, he is showing no
Nah,
Yeah, he not
thing
sure.
from
Yeah.
you
he
know.
is
So
showing the old
it could
sulky Marcel.
no
Yeah.
it could well and truly be as JP's maturity. So
Yeah,
you know, and then and then again, as I said before, how a manager treats with the situation. You know,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
past, it has always been this fella come to replace you. You ain't gonna get no minutes, but Ten Hag giving him cameos, he
Yeah.
getting minutes. So I don't know. We
Coming
will see.
in,
Wait and see.
number 9 from him and them kind of thing happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
hey,
yeah,
all that said, big up to Rasks for getting the first goal. I'm glad that's
yeah,
out of the way.
yeah, yeah. You gotta jump your feedback. You know, we can start to get spot. All right. Revisionism, well, revisionism. We should have honestly kept Fred. We should have sold the both of them. McTominay was supposed to go
Yeah.
two,
Yep.
right?
Bayern want to buy
Um,
Scott this season.
I feel we keep Fred out Scott now is because nobody really wanted Scott.
no West Ham
For the
wanted
money,
Scott.
I should complete by saying for the money we wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm saying here the business side of Casemiro is that he's the wrong side of Titi, but he's on a 4-year contract and high wages. Who does do that? Madrid ain't doing that, eh? I wonder what kind of contract Madrid get.
Two.
Madrid and Cruz. A 2-year?
But I don't know about Cruz, but Madrid on a 2 year.
Check that
Let me
Lynchy.
see
Check
his
and see
final
what kind of
reaction.
contract. Check and see what kind of contract renewal Cruz and Madrid get. Madrid does do that, right? And I was gonna do it for
Yeah.
Benzema too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rishi's saying here, imagine commentators was talking about how they dropped 6 players for the match against us and still organized Brighton with squad depth as opposed to us. Yeah, that Brighton game. Yeah. I mean, we bye. Anyway,
But
fellas.
Rishi, we depressed from one game. You bring me back to weekend, or you don't like me at all, boy. You God. One depression at a time now.
Yeah, so fellas, let me get some closing thoughts so we can wrap it up because we hit the hour and a half mark, and you know, I really do appreciate all those who stay, you know, viewing and in the
Definitely.
comments, you know. Yeah. So let me get some closing thoughts now, you know. We're looking forward to Burnley on the
Burnley.
weekend. Let me really hope we could get
Yeah.
a reaction.
I win.
You know, the season had a kickoff, you know, we had to start somewhere. So it had to be the next game, right? It always had to be the next game.
Yeah.
You know?
Amrabat playing this weekend.
Well, we had to wait on the press conference to hear if you're ready because I think him and Manu were
Kobe?
training. Yeah.
Okay.
Could be okay. And alone to that.
Yeah. Right.
Just win there by you.
T. Carabin?
Yeah, so we'll take care of the finals.
Straight to the finals.
Yes.
Yeah. Just get some comments quick here. Eric saying here off topic from the game. You all heard what Ollie said in the recent interview. He said he offered the captaincy to players and they turned it down, hence why Maguire was chosen. Wow. I wonder who's them players,
Say
boy.
that?
I didn't see that comment on that. I didn't see
I
that
know he
comment.
made comments, but I didn't know he said he talked a lot about Sancho, but I didn't know he said this.
Yeah, I didn't see those comments.
Who was them players who turned out down, boy?
Yeah, I didn't see those comments.
It would have been you want bet Pogba had to be one of them.
No, you were for Pogba captaincy.
But think about it. Who else was there at that time?
I gotta check. Eric, I gotta check
Rash.
that interview, boy, and probably we'll talk about it next pod. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Now you have me going on. Instead of going in my bed, I'm going to check for that interview now.
Ethan saying here 2 years, if so much, when they pass 30. Madrid don't give more than 2 years. That's why them and they pass ways with Ramos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 years, 2 years.
Okay. Eric saying here tells you how soft some of these guys are.
But
Right,
then you need to take that United captaincy role, you know.
Yeah, good night to you, man. Blessings.
Yeah,
So let's wrap it now. Some
Yeah.
brief closing thoughts and let me wrap it. What are you saying there, JP?
Yeah, I mean, all in all, the thing is we come out with the scoreline looking a little better than we would have thought with 4-3. We had some positives. Hoyland getting his first goal should have been a second, could have been a second, but we seeing that he have that ability in front of the goal, which is most important. So keep feeding them and we'll keep getting the goals. That's one thing on the Casemiro thing too. A lot of people talking about Casemiro. I don't think Casemiro is ever a big runner. And I think we know that with his game, he's always more about his positional awareness and closing these spaces. So once we get somebody who could play with Casemiro, who is a runner, it don't matter that Casemiro is older than 30, he will be able to play his game as he has been playing his game and making the world class player on teams. So we have to remember these things are not things that Casemiro is slow and running and tracking back, and the Casemiro was never a big runner. So we have to know that about him first and foremost. The team, we had to have players who suit in the system and the other players who complement each other in our system.
Yeah.
So that's why I waited to see Amrabat, I waited to see Kobe in this team. So when in midfield is where it's win or lose a game. When our midfield have better options in it, I think that's when we will see what this team could do.
Facts.
Great point, JP. Yeah, well, boy, we lose, but as again, I know men saying the scoreline flatter or something, but I still say if we had 4 our chances, yeah. But I honestly looking forward to the next game. I was starting to lose hope a little bit, but the men and them should have could fight a little bit. So we hope that carry over to weekend and we get this much needed W. Are we playing at home or away?
I think away,
Oh Lord. All right. Well, we're supposed to be able to get away win. So yeah, that's basically me.
And all you know we are away from at 200, so
No.
yeah, we playing our way to Burnley. Well, let me see. This could be we first away win, right? Yeah. So I mean, again, guys, I want Ten Hag to stick to what he believes. I want him to stick to his principles. I don't want him to cave to any pressure and revert to nothing. If this is what you believe, stick to it until you have your players back, and let me see it. Let me see the way forward. I'm still very optimistic about what we could do this season. Right, I think it's still have a lot of football to play. Still early days, and I will always remember last season. I think I was telling Nico this. Last season, Liverpool started off really, really poor. And I think if it had 4 more games in the league, Liverpool could have finished top 4.
Yeah.
Right?
Liverpool went on a tear. Jeez.
So So I believe once we get we act together, and once we get we act together sooner rather than later, this start will just be a blip, and we gonna be waxing lyrical about the team and Ten Hag and wherever and wherever and wherever. So,
Yeah.
but we have to get run. We had to get going. You know, we can't always be saying next game, hopefully next game, and hopefully next game, and then when you hear the cry,
Yeah.
we on match day 30. You know, so let we early days, not to panic, right?
Yeah, but let me get we act together.
let me get we act together. Facts. You know,
Agreed.
Again, Lynchy, the last two comments here, he's saying, well, he confirmed we playing our way against Burnley on the weekend, right?
That's interesting.
Saying VAR has been rough towards us in closing. Yeah, boy, we ain't getting, and we ain't getting that
Nothing.
right. Yeah, but we ain't getting that at all from VAR. But say what? Ten Hag says we gotta make we own luck, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Chef, JP, and well Simeon, who had to jump off. Guys, thanks again for joining. Those on the comments. We do appreciate all the likes, all the shares. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube and subscribe if you haven't already. All right. Have a good night and see you on the next one, fellas. Later.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't do this part. Shots.